I don't cook. Does she ever let me? Nope.
Hey Pooja! Bengali women do Kala Jadoo. These movies don't help the cause. What is this Kala Jadoo nonsense? Like a spiritual successor of Mindhunter. Millennials always have to have an emotional support sitcom. Spontaneous movie and date. To talk about the movie. Good morning. I'm making breakfast now. And today we are going to be making some avocado toast, some cheese and sausage omelette. Avocados are actually good fats. Okay. Cooking while being mic'd up. Feels like I'm on MasterChef. Hello. No, oh no. Hey Pooja.
So we are making some mini English breakfast today.
English breakfast? No,
It's
avocado
not an
toast.
English breakfast. Ordered some sourdough bread. We had some sausages. We brought avocado, onions, tomato.
Onions, tomato, বাড়িতেই ছিল.
Yeah, those were in the house itself. So
Auto translate.
shall I fry the omelette? Shall I do it?
You can't do it.
Okay. She'll not accept my help except for probably some cutting vegetables and doing some minimum stuff, and then she'll complain that I don't cook. Does she ever let me? Nope. This is our breakfast. Is some avocado toast, some sausage and cheese omelette. This sausage was left over, so I just put it on the avocado toast. Here's some freshly squeezed orange juice as well. I had squeezed it and stored it in a bottle. We have decided to go and watch Superman. It's a late night show. We'll go for dinner and then we'll watch the movie. While getting ready, I just thought of recording a video. I'm just thinking out loud here. I've seen Bengalis being represented in a certain way, right? I think we have all observed this, and recently there have been a few posts regarding this. See, when I watched Rocky Aur Rani Ki Prem Kahani, I didn't have any problems. Like Bengalis were stereotyped, but the way we were stereotyped, I was okay with it because it sort of placed us in a culturally superior light, which I'm okay with. Obviously, it's not accurate, but I was not really looking for accuracy when I went in to watch the movie, so I'm fine with it. Even I think the Sindhi representation was quite exaggerated. I'm not sure, but I felt like no character in real life would be like Rocky. I didn't really think much of it. Recently only this movie came out, Ma, and it was made by Kajol of all people. Kajol is a Bengali, and in this movie, from what I've heard, I've not watched the movie because it was not something that piqued my interest at all. But I read up on what it was about because of these posts only. And I was pretty much shocked because this cannot come from someone who has been brought up in some sort of touch with their Bengali roots. She does go to Durga Puja and all. We've seen videos of her and Rani Mukherjee. They have known Bengali culture. And this movie coming from someone who has known Bengali culture, I actually don't understand where this narrative started from that Bengali women do Kala Jadoo. When we were growing up, we have never heard anything even close to Kala Jadoo in our cultures, right? Suddenly, for the last 4 or 5 years, I'm hearing this Kala Jadoo being associated with Bengali women, and it is so baseless. But these movies like Ma, then I've also not watched Bhool Bhulaiya, but I've heard like all the sequels of Bhool Bhulaiya have done this. These movies don't help the cause. They are just pushing this narrative further into society. But if you are actually from Bengal, ever has there ever been anything remotely close to Kala Jadoo in our homes or in society in general? I hadn't even heard of this properly until recently. So it got me thinking where it all started from. If I'm not wrong, it all started from when Sushant Singh Rajput died, and the blame was put on Riya Chakraborty, who was a Bengali, and suddenly everyone started saying that she had done black magic on him. I mean, if you are going to blame her, come with evidence. Come with some sort of logical explanation. What is this Kala Jadoo nonsense? And then all these movies came out. And now it is like a running joke. You make jokes about our eating habits like we eat fish, we eat water, jol khabo and all those things. That's understandable. But this Kala Jadoo aspect, I just don't get it. I don't really mind the other thing that is happening, like these characters being made non-resident Bengalis.
but who are very in touch with their Robindra Sangeet and their Nojrul Giti and all those things, I am okay with that because yeah, we do have cultural supremacy over others. That being represented more is okay. So I feel recently Bollywood has become totally brain rot. They are just trying to cater to the masses. Actually, there's no problem with that. Like movies are supposed to be commercial. They are supposed to be made for masses. But I think they should be made a little sensibly. Media has like great influence on society. So when movies like these come out, they sort of make things difficult for Bengali women. And of course, there are movies like Animal, which I don't think would have done this much business, what, about 20 years ago? People wouldn't be watching movies like this. But now this movie is a super hit movie. How I will never understand. Who is watching this? Who is watching movies like these? Because clearly people are, right? It's doing business, it's doing great business, but it is harming society in ways which we are not able to understand immediately. It is causing quite deep rooted problems. I don't know what will happen to the next generation if they grow up watching movies like these. So I've actually stopped going for Bollywood movies. I grew up on Bollywood. I used to watch Hindi cinema only. Rarely did I watch anything Hollywood or anything from any other culture. But now, for example, Superman is made for the masses, but it's not propagating a problematic narrative. It's just entertainment. You're supposed to watch it, enjoy, and come back. These mass movies also can be made. I need to get ready for that. I actually like watching TV shows more than movies because I like watching things in detail. Movies are a bit compact, right? And when I want to hear a story, which is why when I also tell a story, I like watching it in detail. For example, I'll tell you the Harry Potter movies. Obviously, I loved it because at that point, TV shows weren't that popular as a concept. It was only movies. But right now, they are making a series about Harry Potter, right? I'm very excited about that because in the books, there were lots of details that were missed in the movies. So the movies were more like if you haven't read the books, it was difficult to understand the context. But in shows, even shows based on books, even if you have not read the book, you understand why a character is doing something. So I'm more of a TV series person. Let me know in the comments if you have some good recommendations. Currently, I'm watching Blackbird. So it is on Apple TV. We took a subscription of Apple TV because of Severance. Season 2 of Severance had come out. It was a very big disappointment, I think. If you've watched season 1 of Severance, you know exactly what I mean. Even though people have loved season 2 as well, I personally thought that it did not live up to its predecessor at all. Season 1 was like mind blowing. The finale of it just kept me thinking for years, like what is coming after this. But when ultimately season 2 did come, I won't say it's bad. Maybe if I watch it separately, it's not bad. But after having watched season 1, so currently I'm watching Blackbird. It is actually quite disturbing as a show. It's basically about profiling a serial killer. It has got Mindhunter vibes, totally. Again, Netflix had cancelled it. I am hearing that season 3 of Mindhunter is coming. But this show it totally felt like a spiritual successor of Mindhunter. I had started watching Silo. So I've heard that Silo is great as well. Since we've taken an Apple TV subscription, we are like, we are going to make it worth the money. So we are watching Apple TV content right now. Silo we had started, but actually we stopped watching because it felt very similar to the premise of Paradise, which is another show we watched recently. As you can guess, we spend our time watching shows. I looked it up, like what are the similarities. There are often Reddit threads about things like this. I read that Paradise was a better version of Silo. If you watched it, please let me know if that is correct. But since the premise was so similar, I thought of skipping it for now at least because I've watched Paradise just recently. Almost about to finish Blackbird, so let me know of a good sitcom I can watch because I feel like I've watched all the sitcoms. I've watched Friends, I've watched Modern Family, Top 2 always. I've watched The Office, I've watched Schitt's Creek, I've watched Brooklyn Nine-Nine, I've watched New Girl, I've watched Superstore. Every sitcom out there I feel like I've watched. So if there's any other sitcom which is good, just not tickling you to laugh, it is feel good and there are funny aspects that come naturally into the storyline. Recommend a few shows like that if you are watching something like this. Currently watching a sitcom, we've been watching it for a long time. It's fresh off the boat. we are in the last episodes of that as well. So I would need a good sitcom after that because I think this is a very millennial thing. I had read a post where they say that millennials always have to have an emotional support sitcom. They have to keep watching it in the background. I've watched and rewatched almost all of the sitcoms. I'm looking for something new. So if you have some recommendations, please feel free to drop them in the comments. I'm going to apply a little bit of blush. I think watching TV shows has replaced reading books, which should not be the case at all. Reading books is always better because it is just better for your brain. It helps your imagination and things like that. But I'm not that person. I don't have the patience to read books anymore. I never really was a person who read a lot. I did read fiction from time to time. Now I think that space has been totally taken up by TV shows. Like I keep watching some show or the other. I have to do that to sort of fill in the void. So I think I'm ready. This looks okay. It's just a casual movie night, and we are also going to have dinner at the mall itself. It's nothing fancy. This will work. Maybe I'll just straighten my hair, put on some accessories, and we are good to go.
We took advantage of Free Friday. Free Friday means we don't have any office meetings, late night calls and all. So we wrapped up our work early evening and then we have come for a date. We are in a Japanese restaurant. And after this, we have a date with a man of hope, Soups. We have a late night movie night.
Now we are going to go and eat.
I'm back from the movie and I thought of giving you a review of the movie while I take off my makeup. My other skincare video has performed really well. So I thought of doing another skincare video. No, basically I'm just going to take off my makeup and I'm going to talk about the movie. So I know the movie actually has gotten mixed reactions. Some people have been hating on it, but I personally loved it. I'm talking about the Superman movie, which I was getting ready to go and watch. See, I'm not a huge superhero fan and I'm not really into comics. I've not read the comics. I watched Zack Snyder's versions and I watched this version. So I'll say this, with the Snyder versions, Superman was more god than man. Here he was more man. I'm also hearing that this is more comic accurate. I mean, the costume was also pretty comic accurate. I loved Lex Luthor. Jesse Eisenberg was obviously great, but this actor, actually he has got more screen time also as Lex Luthor. And I think he was a highest paid actor as well. I'm forgetting his name, but you've seen him in a lot of movies. But anyway, his portrayal of Lex Luthor was pretty good. It's not a dark movie, which is a welcome change for DC, I think. For DC, the movies were literally dark. Even the cinematography was dark and I couldn't see half of the things, and the themes were also very dark. But this one, it was a movie of hope actually. If you think Superman is the symbol of hope, this movie was a movie which portrayed hope and positivity. There were colors. It's fine. I liked it. It's actually more than fine. I thought it was pretty good, and I had actually thought I would miss Henry Cavill a lot because Henry Cavill is God and his Superman is also God. But this guy did pretty good. He was okay. Also, the food we had before going to the movie, that was great. I think that put us in a good mood for the movie as well. Might have been that's why we liked the movie better. But in general also, I thought they did a good job with the movie. Overall, it was a great day. We had nice food at a Japanese restaurant. We had sushi, dim sums. We had each taken a bowl of... I had taken khao sui, and I actually tried khao sui for the first time. I liked it. And my husband had pad thai noodles. That's it. That was my day. I'm just going to wash my face, go to bed. I worked in the afternoon. Then we had a spontaneous movie and date. Tomorrow we have some friends coming over. So we are going to cook something together for them. So we need to get up early tomorrow. So I'll call it a day today and see you in the next one.